Indira Gandhi was one of the most prominent and controversial figures in 20th century political history. Daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, and Kamala Nehru, Indira not only followed in her father's footsteps, but also carved her own legacy, becoming the only woman to hold the office of Prime Minister of India. Her life was a whirlwind of triumphs and challenges, culminating in a tragic assassination that shocked the world. Born on November 19, 1917, in Allahabad, British India, Indira grew up immersed in the fervor of the Indian independence movement. Her grandfather, Motilal Nehru, and her father, Jawaharlal, were central figures in the struggle against British rule, and the family home was a meeting point for nationalist leaders. This early exposure to political activism profoundly shaped her worldview and destiny. Indira's childhood was atypical, marked by constant arrests of her parents and the absence of continuous formal education. She studied at various schools in India and Switzerland, and later attended Somerville College, Oxford, though she did not complete her degree. However, her most significant education came from interacting with intellectuals, political leaders, and from extensive reading. This unorthodox upbringing, combined with her introspective nature, contributed to the development of a complex and resilient personality. In 1942, she married Feroz Gandhi, a journalist and leader of the Indian National Congress. Despite the surname, they were not related to Mahatma Gandhi. The couple had two sons, Rajiv and Sanjay. After India's independence in 1947, Indira served as her father's personal assistant, gaining privileged insight into the intricacies of governance. Jawaharlal Nehru's death in 1964 left a void in the Indian political landscape. After a brief transitional period, Indira Gandhi emerged as a candidate for the Prime Minister's office. Although some saw her as inexperienced, she possessed an intuitive understanding of Indian politics and an iron determination. In 1966, Indira was elected Prime Minister, becoming one of the first women to lead a democratic nation. Her early years in power were challenging. India faced economic crises, droughts, and social tensions. Indira, however, showed a remarkable ability to make difficult decisions. She nationalized banks, promoted the Green Revolution to increase agricultural production, and sought to strengthen India's position on the international stage, adopting a non-aligned foreign policy. The peak of her power came in 1971, with the Indo-Pakistani War, which led to the creation of Bangladesh. The Indian victory under her leadership was overwhelming, and Indira Gandhi was hailed as a national hero. Her image as the Iron Lady of India was solidified, and her popularity soared. She was re-elected with an overwhelming majority, and India seemed destined for an era of stability and progress under her leadership. However, in the 1970s, the political climate in India became increasingly turbulent, with widespread protests and accusations of corruption against her government. In 1975, faced with a court ruling that found her guilty of illegal electoral practices, though she was later acquitted, Indira Gandhi declared a national state of emergency. During the 21 months of the state of emergency, civil liberties were suspended. Political opponents were imprisoned, and the press was censored. Controversial measures, such as mass forced sterilization for population control, were implemented. Although Indira's government justified the state of emergency as necessary to restore order and development, the measure was widely criticized as an attack on Indian democracy. Indira's popularity suffered a severe blow, and in the 1977 elections, she and her party, the Congress, were defeated, marking the first time the party lost power at the federal level. A quick break to ask you to like, subscribe, and share. This helps us reach more people with the content. After a brief period in opposition, Indira Gandhi made a triumphant return to power in 1980, demonstrating her political resilience and her ability to reconnect with the electorate. However, her last term was shadowed by growing tensions in the state of Punjab, which had a Sikh majority. The Sikh separatist movement, led by Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, was gaining strength, seeking the creation of an independent state called Khalistan. Bhindranwale and his followers entrenched themselves in Harmandir Sahib, the Golden Temple, the holiest site of Sikhism, turning it into a headquarters and arms depot. Faced with escalating violence and the inability to resolve the crisis by peaceful means, Indira Gandhi made the decision to launch Operation Blue Star in June 1984. The objective was to remove Bhindranwale and his followers from the Golden Temple. The operation was successful in its military objective, but resulted in a large number of dead and wounded, including civilians, and caused significant damage to the Golden Temple. Operation Blue Star was deeply traumatic for the Sikh community and considered a sacrilege. Anger and resentment were palpable, and Indira Gandhi's decision, although justified by some as necessary to preserve India's unity, was seen by many Sikhs as an unforgivable affront to their faith. Less than 5 months after Operation Blue Star, on October 31, 1984, Indira Gandhi was brutally assassinated by 2 of her own Sikh bodyguards, Satwant Singh and Ben Singh, in retaliation for the invasion of the Golden Temple. As she walked from her residence to her office, they opened fire on her. She was rushed to the hospital but succumbed to her injuries and was declared dead. Ben Singh fired first at Indira Gandhi with his revolver, and Satwant Singh then fired multiple times with his submachine gun after she had already fallen. Ben Singh was killed by other security guards immediately after the attack, while Satwant Singh was arrested, convicted, and hanged in 1989. Her assassination triggered a wave of anti-Sikh violence in Delhi and other parts of India, resulting in the deaths of thousands of Sikhs and deepening the wounds between communities. Indira Gandhi was a complex and multifaceted leader. She was a fierce nationalist who defended India's unity and integrity above all else. Her supporters saw her as a visionary who modernized India and strengthened its position in the world. Despite the controversies, Indira Gandhi's impact on India is undeniable. She governed India for a total of 16 years, a period that witnessed major economic, social, and political transformations. Her life and death are a testament to the complexities of leadership and the inherent challenges of governing a nation as diverse as India. Her legacy continues to be debated, but her figure remains one of the most fascinating and influential in contemporary history. If you enjoyed this story, leave your like to help us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content, and hit the bell to receive all notifications. We want to continue exploring great figures and moments in history. Your participation is very important to us.